I know.
I'm doing it. Girl just watching her play. I've been watching her play since she was about in first grade.
See,
So
that's
it seems weird now.
Yeah. Don't think about it.
Yeah, softball or basketball won't be so sad. Softball will be middle school.
Is that the sport?
That's our thing.
Yeah, basketball was our thing.
Hi, Leno.
Oh, how are you today?
Good. How about you?
Doing really good. Easy drive up here. It's still in the lobby.
Hey, guys.
I'm sure they'll stop. Well, roll up to Rose Lake. I thought Rose Lake this way would be dope. We lose all the way down. They're snowing pretty good here.
Yeah, I'm hoping we can have.
Looks like tomorrow might be good.
They seem like you don't snow days.
Sometimes we do. Last year I think we had one. Never.
No, and it makes it get so like angry. So there's like they'll see like you want this? Yeah, everybody else is close. They'll start listening to like when you're here and you're saying,
What you hear?
let's just do stuff.
Mostly they actually, I'll say they canceled more schools, not because of snow, because of ice, like icy conditions,
Yeah.
snow conditions.
Right, that's what. If we do get a day, it would be like a freezing rain.
Yes,
Yeah.
those are more of the down because I've been to St. Mary's, like most of town, like hill,
Right.
the streets is sledding. You can't, like up there where the middle school is, you can't get up there. You know, like what this thing. Like it's just snowy, all snow days.
How are you, young man? How are you, young lady?
What's that?
Good to see you guys. Oh, you're doing this now?
What else am I gonna do? I did
Oh my
volleyball.
God,
That's what I did. His life judging volleyball.
That's crazy.
You gotta do stuff.
That's right. Otherwise it doesn't work. Otherwise it doesn't work.
Right.
I love it. I've been lined up and lined up all the
That's what we do. And I do like all the things. We have to like do so many movies and games.
Broadcasting live from Wallace, Idaho, home of the Wallace Miners. This is Channel 3 Sports.
Welcome, sports fan, to Kirby Crulett's Court. I'm Jared Young here for the Wallace Miners, announcing here for Channel 3 Sports. We got a good one for you tonight here as the season opener at home for the Wallace Miners versus St. Mary's Lumberjacks. Should be a good one for you. I'll run you through the starting lineups real quick. For your St. Mary's Lumberjacks, number 1, Berkeley McGreal, a 5'7" guard. She's a senior. Number 5, Kara Sexton, 5'5" junior guard. Number 14, Tacey Watkins, a 6-foot post. She's a senior. Number 20, Stacy Mitchell, a 5'9" senior forward. And number 23, Sammy Sint, I believe. If I said that wrong, I apologize. But she's a junior, a 6-foot tall post as well. And that'll round out the starting lineup for the Miners, or for the Lumberjacks, excuse me. And now for your Wallace Miners. Well, starting tonight will be number 5, Ileana Lewis, a 5'6" junior guard. Number 10, Kylie Phillips, a 5'5" freshman guard. Number 21, the leader for the team right now, Brittany Phillips, a 5'8" junior guard. And number 30, her sister, Brittany Phillips, a 5'10" sophomore post. And rounding out the starting lineup will be number 33, Tia Hendrick, a 5'11" junior forward for the Miners. So we got a good one on tap. The Miners, a little rough start to the season, but they played some really tough competition against the Kellogg Wildcats, the Bonners Ferry Badgers, so some 3A schools. And now they got another tough matchup tonight against a 2A school in the St. Mary's Lumberjacks. So it should be a good battle between the two teams tonight. Don't know much about the St. Mary's squad yet. I do know that they're a young team. Only looks like 3-4 seniors on the team. The rest are rounded out with juniors and sophomores. But for the Miners, not a senior on the team. So 2 young teams tonight battling out here in the Silver Valley. We'll be back in a few minutes. We'll turn you down to our game announcer, Pat Richardson. We'll be back in about 2.5 minutes with your national anthem and starting lineups. We're going to have a good one tonight, folks. See you soon.
ladies and gentlemen, welcome to tonight's varsity basketball action. We're pleased to host our guests from St. Mary's High School. This competition is being conducted according to the rules of the Idaho High School Activities Association. Spectators, players, and coaches are expected to assist in the promoting and achieving of good sportsmanship. Good luck to both teams. Before introducing tonight's starting lineups, we ask that you all rise, remove your hats, and join us for the playing of our national anthem. Starting tonight for the Lumberjacks, a senior, number 1, Berkeley McGill. A junior, number 5, Taylor Sexton. A senior, number 14, Casey Watkins. A senior, number 20, Stacy Mitchell. A junior, number 23, Sammy Sink. The Lumberjacks are coached by Dakota Wickler.
All right, Miner fans, here we go. Another battle here in the Silver Valley. Miners versus the Lumberjacks. I'm joined by Barry Larson up here in the booth. Why don't you say hi, Barry?
Glad to be here. Wonderful night here in North Idaho. A few inches of snow on the ground. More expected tomorrow. Let's see if we can warm this place up with some Miners basketball.
All right, and the opening tip goes to the Miners.
Good look inside right away from Lewis to Phillips, Hendrick. The ball's deflected out of bounds. St. Mary's retains possession. Miners come out showing a full court press.
I like the pressure here early by the Miners, trying to set the tone in the ball game.
Always great to see how a team's going to react and if that's something you can continue to use the rest of the game.
It looks like Cinta with the ball right now, coming top of the key. Gets it to Watkins. Watkins going to cast away, and she's going to hit the first basket of the ball game.
The Lumberjacks on the board. That was a 3-point field goal, so Miners down 3. First quarter, Lewis with the ball, passes right side to Phillips. Good use of the screen there by Hendricks. She swings the ball back around. Phillips to Phillips to Phillips.
Bethany with the ball.
Back to Phillips. She squares up from 2.
And Kylie Phillips knocks down the jumper.
That'll be important here for the Miners to get some early buckets. Last game out, not a whole lot of success early in the game, but I think this press, like you said, Jared, is going to go a long way into determining tempo of this game early on.
Yeah, the Miners able to get a little trap there this time as St. Mary's is able to get it across. They get it inside to number 10 or number 20. That was Mitchell with the miss. She now has the ball back. There goes McGreal. McGreal casts away, and she's going to find the bottom of the bucket.
Good shooting so far from the Lumberjacks. They're 2 for 2. Miners see if they can hit a 3 to even the score or bring them within 1 here.
So 5-2 in the early going. 6.5 minutes left. There goes Phillips down the lane, up and off the glass, and good.
Boy, great to see early on a little bit of aggressiveness on the Miners' part. Kylie Phillips adding that little spark here to begin with.
Again, the Miners making them work to beat the press, get their hands on one finally. Ooh, Phillips working hard to get the jump ball, just gets called for the foul.
She had that hand on the ball, little reach around, and then wasn't able to position herself in a good spot. As a result, called for the foul. That's Phillips' first foul, first team foul, first foul of the game, actually. Lumberjacks have it. Here's Sexton up top. She's looking for options. Passes left side to McGreal. McGreal stopped by Lewis and Phillips.
Do a good job getting in a little trap when they can.
You can see the Miners have a little bit more energy, enthusiasm. You know, it's so important to come out and set that tone with great defense, great offense early in the game.
Yeah, and the Miners forced their first turnover right there.
Very good.
With the pressure. All right, here comes Brittany Phillips now over to Kylie. She's going to take a nice pass into Lewis. Lewis thinks about one, kicks it back out.
Baseline for Phillips. Her shot off the side of the backboard, gets her own rebound out to her sister, Brittany Phillips. Her long three-pointer, no good. Rebound, Lumberjacks.
All right, 1-point ball game here early on. Here comes McGreal crossing the timeline. Miners sitting in the 2-3 zone. They're able to pop it inside. Good in and out game there.
I like what Hendrick did there. As soon as that ball went into the free throw line, she jumped up and pressured the ball and made the person at the free throw line give it up.
Looks like we got a foul down low. We're going to get 2 shots for Stacy Mitchell.
Pretty veteran referee crew we have here tonight, led by veteran official Mike Flock. First free throw of the game. It's up and no good.
So we got 2 team fouls on the Miners now. That last foul was on number 5, Ileana Lewis, her first personal of the ball game. Second free throw off the mark. Rebound Hendricks. And here comes Brittany Phillips.
Look how they're getting the ball up floor real quick. Real reminiscent of the Gonzaga teams of late. Like to pass that ball up the floor, not dribble so much, looking for outlet passes and continuous moving. And looks like Brittany Phillips has the green light. Her shot rims out. Rebound Lumberjacks. Ball's in the hands of Kara Sexton.
Oh, nice pass down low.
That's Mitchell down low.
Mark.
Yep. Her shot
And
off the rim and out of bounds. Miners ball.
Good job by the Miners not letting them have that easy layup right there and end up having the ball spin their way.
Not working at the high school myself, I always feel left out when it comes to the swag that the coaching staff and the athletic department, you know, is displaying tonight. They have some real slick new tri-color Nike jackets. I wish I knew someone that might be able to hook a guy up.
Well, I'll give a talking to him and I'll see what I can do.
No, really nice jackets. The coaching staff, Mrs. Farkas and Mr. Bauer, looking slick tonight. Got these girls playing well. 4-5 here. Lumberjacks lead. Just about 4.5 minutes left in the first quarter.
Good job. Good patience shown by the Lumberjacks, getting the ball across through the pressure.
It's kind of like Los Angeles. We kind of have a late arriving crowd here. Just watched Miss Voorhees walk in. We have a good-looking student section. And this side of the stands is fairly full.
Good hands there by the Miners. Tip it out of bounds. And we'll stay here with the Lumberjacks. Number 24 for the Miners coming on in. That's Kayla Haas.
Kayla Haas coming in to do some of that dirty work, rebounding, working around the hoop, taking up some space. She picks up a wing on the side of the hoop.
She's a great hustle player for the Miners. She's always willing to get on the floor. Nice bucket there that time by the Lumberjacks as they increase their lead to 3 now.
Kayla's sibling, of course, Aiden Haas, a member of the Wallace boys basketball team, a hard-nosed player himself. And there's Aubrey Birdsell into the game for her first action, number 2. Pass goes right off her fingertips and out of bounds. It's going to be Lumberjacks ball. On the floor for the Miners, Brittany Phillips, Tia Hendrick, Kylie Phillips, Aubrey Birdsell, and Kayla Haas.
All right, here comes Sexton setting the offense. Gets it over to McGreal. She casts away off the mark. Good rebound by the Miners. And Hendrick is fouled down low by, I think, Tacey Watkins. That'll be the first team foul on the Lumberjacks.
After the first couple possessions of the game, Miners have been able to turn the Lumberjacks away. Their shooting percentage is plummeting as we speak. 7-4 here early on in the game. Miners coming out looking well. Lumberjacks matching effort and enthusiasm.
Looks like the Lumberjacks playing a little man-to-man defense. Kayla Haas with the ball up top, gets it to Phillips. Phillips waiting for her screen, good patience. Is denied, gets it to Birdsell.
Good fundamental basketball. Birdsell was open on that give-and-go cut. Haas chose to send it to the second player coming through. Back out to Birdsell. Her three-point attempt just off.
That was a good possession, though, by the Miners.
Really
They
good
worked the ball
possession.
around, got a good shot.
Important to get some of these younger players in the flow of the game. Aubrey Birdsell, a wonderful athlete, and I think she's going to have a lot to add to this Miner squad.
Good transition defense by the Miners that time, getting back. And the Lumberjacks turn it over. Miners will take possession again. And, all hands all over, but not called. Ends up getting a steal is McGreal.
Let's see the challenge here. 2-on-1 basketball. Phillips comes down. Nice job stopping the basketball, but a good step around by, who is that? That is, or the Lumberjacks number 5. That's Kara Sexton. Yeah, the point guard doing most of the ball handling responsibilities.
So 5-point lead here. Good drive by Phillips into the lane. Gets her shot, knocks it down, cuts the lead to 3.
Real nice screen by Tia Hendrick there. She understood what was going on and just kept her person from playing some defense. Miners on the board, 6-9 here.
Sexton up top.
3-point deficit here early, almost most of the way, 3/4 of the way through the first quarter. Just about 2 minutes left, and we got a foul on the sideline. A little bit too much body by Aubrey Birdsell. That's her first foul. That's the 4th team foul from the Miners so far.
Well, we got a good ball game here at the beginning. I mean, 3-point game. Not much more you could ask for at this point. Both
great
teams playing
game so
hard.
far, yeah.
And that's McGreal with the jumper, off the mark. Fight for the rebound. Good job by Mitchell there. Miners deny it. And here Phillips with the ball now.
Pressured by the Lumberjacks.
I feel like they're going to apply as much pressure as they can to Phillips. She's the top shooter for the Miners. Off the mark. She hasn't found her shot yet, but she does have a great jump shot.
And I like how she's continuing to shoot through some of these early season shooting struggles. She is a wonderful shooter, and the Miners are really going to need her.
Able to get it inside to Mitchell. Off the mark, ball dancing around underneath.
Hendricks
rips it away.
Looks like she's been fouled there, no call. Outlet pass, 3 Lumberjacks down on this side of the floor. Let's see if the Miners can get out a little fast break action. They'll pull it back, set up their half-court offense. We got Birdsell on the right side. She catches it open. Birdsell really does a nice job with those ball fakes, shot fakes, keeps people off balance on defense. Good idea of how to create some space for herself, and we have an out-of-bounds play for the Miners.
So our last foul was on Berkeley McGreal, her first personal, 2nd team foul.
Entering the game for the Miners, Heaven Stryker for her first action tonight, and Bethany Phillips is back into the game. Kylie's going to take a break. On the floor for the Miners, Heaven Stryker, Brittany Phillips, Kayla Haas, Bethany Phillips, and Aubrey Birdsell. Birdsell looking to inbound the ball. She's only got one option, and that's Phillips at the top of the key. Her drive, she's met by a Lumberjack, and she's going to be fouled and go to the line.
Foul on Sammy Sindit. I believe that's her first personal. It's the 3rd team foul for the Lumberjacks. Both team 3 fouls. Got Brittany Phillips here going for 2. First attempt upcoming. And up and right through the net. Cuts the lead to 2. 9-7 now. Miners trailing by 2.
I'd like to welcome the Lumberjacks from St. Mary's. Population, according to the 2010 census, 2,402. So, pretty much twice the size of our area here. But Lumberjacks always have great sports programs. Their men's basketball team, very successful. Girls volleyball, girls softball. Great athletic tradition there in St. Mary's.
And the pressure at that time forced the turnover for the Miners, so the press started to take its effect. And the Miners a chance to take the lead here in this possession. We're going to get a timeout on the floor, I think, by the Lumberjacks. They're going to take a full timeout, and we're going to take a timeout with them. Be back in a minute. And we're back out of the timeout. Miner basketball down by 1, 8-9 right now. Miners chance to take their first lead of the ball game.
See what the Lumberjacks have drawn up here after the timeout. Coach Wicker called a first time out of the game here, and Miners come out just not real sharp with their passes, but luckily retain possession. Let's see if we can hit the restart button here. Last minute of the first quarter, 9-8 Lumberjacks early on in here in the game.
Brittany Phillips with the ball, chance to get into the lane. She does, all the way to the cup and up and in, and there it is. First lead for the Miners.
Beautiful, beautiful left-hand drive, left-hand layup, keep the defense away from that ball shooting side. She comes up to meet the player, and it goes out of bounds off Sexton. Quick change of momentum here for the Miners. 10-9, let's see if we can extend this lead here with 44 seconds remaining in the first quarter.
Miners able to force back-to-back turnovers using their press game right now.
On the floor to finish up the first quarter here, Stryker, Phillips, Haas, and Aubrey Birdsell.
Phillips able to get to the lane again. Oh, just misses it for the chance for the three-point play.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. That worked last time for her, and nobody steps up and stops the ball. Brittany Phillips will go to line to shoot a couple shots here, see if we can extend this Miner lead.
They got that foul on number 10, Michaela Spray, and that's her first personal, 4th team foul for the Lumberjacks.
On the floor for the Lumberjacks here to end the first quarter. We're going to have Jacqueline Linnemeyer come into the game. She's going to replace Stacy Mitchell. We have Stormy Lockridge. Sexton, 12 is... We don't have a 12 on here. Don't have a 12. Maybe she had blood on her uniform, or didn't get. Oh, I'm sorry. That's 42. 42 is Jacqueline Linnemeyer. I just said her name.
That's all right. I make mistakes all the time.
That's actually the first one I've ever made on a live broadcast, so I'm a little bit disappointed in myself.
That ball up, no good. Fight for the rebound. Tipped off of the Lumberjacks. That'll be off of number 42, Jacqueline Linnemeyer. And B Miner basketball with 21.6 ticks to go here in the first period.
And really feel the momentum shifting here. Let's see if the Miners can build on this and go up a couple possessions here to take the lead in the first quarter.
Look for Wallace to take the last shot.
Phillips dribbles right side, nothing there. Gets it back out to Stryker. She swings the ball to Haas over to Birdsell. Nice ball movement by the Miners. 5 seconds remaining in the clock. Left-handed drive again by Phillips. She's fouled to go to line. 2 seconds left here in the first quarter.
I think the Miners have found something here, getting Brittany Phillips working that left side of the lane. It's the 3rd time she's been to the line here in the first quarter.
You know, I pass the Silverton basketball court often in the summertime, and it's pretty rare that you're out there that you don't see one of these Phillips sisters using those courts to get some shots up, to work on a handle, and it's really paying off. These Phillips girls are wonderful basketball players, and they have a great supporting cast here.
Yep, they sure is paying off at the line right now for Brittany Phillips. She's hit her last 3 free throws. That last foul was on Stormy Lockridge, 5th team foul for the Lumberjacks. She
Wonderful
bears another one.
shoes. Wonderful shoes by Phillips. I don't know what style that is, but they're a good-looking pair of shoes.
Yeah, I got to get me a pair of those. And that's how the first quarter will end with the Miners. A little run there at the end to take a 14-9 lead. And at the end of one, Miners 14, St. Mary's 9. We'll be back in a moment.
Welcome back to Kirby Krulitz Court here in beautiful Wallace, Idaho on a snowy November evening. More snow in the forecast tomorrow. I want to send a shout out to the U.S. men's national soccer team. A wonderful win today against Iran. They'll move on to the group of 16 in the World Cup, which hasn't been accomplished by the United States for, 16 years here.
It's been a while. It's been a while. I was actually surprised when I saw that they actually scored a goal. That's new news.
Yeah, they hadn't scored so far this year. They've gotten a lot of draws, been playing good football, but today they kind of pushed it over the edge. I teach 4th grade here in Wallace, and we took the opportunity this afternoon to watch the highlight. And for some of these kids who've never watched soccer before, you should have heard the enthusiasm and the energy they had while the U.S. scored. It was really cool to see. Anyway, let's see if the Miners can use some of that momentum from the United States and come out on top here this evening.
So there goes Tacey Watkins. She's had back-to-back buckets now for the Lumberjacks as they make a little run back to a 1-point ball game, 14-13.
Nice jump stop and step through at the hoop for Watkins. Good fundamental basketball. Now we got some screens going on by the Miners. Phillips is going to use the screen from her sister. And
all three Phillips girls at one time in the action right there.
Phillips, Hendrick, and Lewis is back in the game for the Miners.
So a foul on the floor that time by number 1. Berkeley McGrill, her second personal, 16 foul, so the next one will put the Miners into the bonus. Off the mark by Phillips there, tipped around, and will be corralled in by the Lumberjacks. Here comes Mitchell, gets the ball to McGrill. And Sennett will take off, and she'll knock down the 3-point bucket, taking a 2-point lead now for the Lumberjacks.
See if the Miners can come back and answer that bucket. Phillips left side, or right side rather. She dribble hands off to her sister Kylie. Kylie at the top of the key, probing. There's Lewis. She drives baseline, looking to get it inside to Hendrick. Nothing there. Good patience by the Miners. Don't have to force shots up. Let's get good looks at it.
So Lumberjacks sticking in the man-to-man defense. Miners looking for an opening. And Phillips, she thinks she finds one. She's going to shoot a tough shot right there and off the mark into the hands of McGrill. And here come the Lumberjacks.
Oh, there's Sint again. Looks like her foot's on the line. That shot draws nada. Rebound Hendrick. She outlet pass to Phillips. Here come the Miners.
Phillips over to Bethany. Oh, off the hands of Lewis, out of bounds, and it'll be back to the St. Mary's possession.
Miners taking pretty good care of the ball.
All right, back to the action here.
Miners go back to that full court press. Lumberjacks are able to work their way through it and find the opening. Coach Farks is going to get a quick timeout. Probably a good timeout there to slow some of that momentum line.
Yeah.
All right, welcome back. Just under 6 minutes remaining here in the first half. Miners looking at a 4-point deficit. This has been a back and forth game. I think it's, this is one of those games that might come down to the last possession. Let's see if the Miners can even the score and start to weigh things in the other direction. Phillips has the ball. It's Phillips to Bethany Phillips. She's joined by Heaven Stryker, Tia Hendrick, and Brittany Phillips. Pass goes left side to Stryker. She gets it to the top of the key where Kylie Phillips is waiting. Can't handle the pass, but great hustle by Brittany to pick it up. Here's Kylie up top. She looks at a three-pointer, passes it up. That ball's kind of bouncing around right now. Not a lot of control, but let's see if the Miners can make something out of this.
And Bethany Phillips working the top of the key. Gets it to Bethany and buries the three-pointer. Nice shot, Bethany Phillips.
Man, from this angle, that looked so great out of her hand. You kind of just knew that it was going to find nothing but the bottom of the net. 17-18, Miners facing a 1-point deficit here with just under 5 minutes remaining in the first quarter.
Good job by St. Mary's that time to break the pressure. Get it inside. Nice interior passing. And there is Watkins again. Not her fourth bucket here in the second quarter.
A lot of new faces out there for the Miners this year. Lost some veteran leadership from last year, but have a good group of girls here who have been working hard to keep this tradition going. The Miners made it to state championship last year. Had a great year. Won their first district play-in game in a long time. 21-17. 4:40 remaining here in the first quarter. Here comes Brittany Phillips. Oh, she picks up her dribble. Not ready for the screen. There's Hendrick. Hendrick down low. Opposite screen on the other side. Switching. Ball's getting kind of caught on this side of the key. I do not understand how she was able to make that with that amount of contact, but she converts there. Would have been nice to have a 3-point play, but we'll settle for 2. 19-21. Miners trailing by 2 points here midway through the second quarter.
And send it off the marks into the hand of Hendricks again. She's got a good rebound total going on in this ball game so far.
Miners doing a good job on the defensive boards, not letting them get too far in. And now we're seeing the Phillips sisters starting to heat up. That's a second long three-pointer by Bethany Phillips, and the Miners regain the lead, 22-21.
And that's good to see her hitting shots for the Miners. They don't have to just depend on Brittany to score every time. If Bethany can knock down three-pointers like that, that bodes well for the rest of the season.
Kick ball by the Miners. Lumberjacks retain possession. They'll go out of bounds. Miners showing 2-3 zone here to defend the inbound. There's an up screen and working back around. Boy, what a nice well-designed play. Tacey Watkins headed up to set a screen and then circled back around. I think there's no limit to the type of creativity you can run when it comes to out-of-bounds plays. It's just a matter of remembering those plays once you get them in.
I find the players, if you get too many of them, then they all run together. So.
Yeah, but that was a nice, well-designed play by Coach Wickard of St. Mary's.
Watkins off the mark on the first one.
Coming back into the game for the Lumberjacks is Sexton, and on the floor now for the Miners, Haas and Birdsell. Haas and Birdsell joined by Phillips, and Heaven Stryker.
Second free throw good from Watkins. Ties the ball game up at 22 apiece with 3:44 to go here in the second quarter.
Stryker, Heaven got that ball in the corner there. I think she had a great idea. She put up a shot fakes, and I believe she was going to drive, but got a little bit ahead of herself and traveled. Turnover Miners. Ball goes to the Lumberjacks. The Miners back out in that 1-2-2 full court pressure. Just trying to pressure a couple passes, give them a different look.
Good job fronting that time by Bethany Phillips. I saw that one coming. And foul on floor, and that's going to send Heaven Stryker to the line for 1 and 1.
Well, the way we started out, looked like we might have made it to the double bonus here in the first half, but 5 team fouls for the Miners. That's the 7th team foul for the Lumberjacks, Lady Lumberjacks. So Stryker will go to the line for the 1 and 1.
All right, Stryker with the basketball. First attempt.
St. Mary's is the county seat of Bennewauk County.
I did not know that, actually.
Yeah.
Luckily I haven't had to go to the courthouse there yet.
So oh, yeah. No, I haven't made any visits there myself.
Ball up and good. Nice job down low that time by Mitchell. Takes a 2-point lead for the Lumberjacks.
I'm not from this area, but I'm starting to get around a little bit. And last time was the first time I had the opportunity to visit St. Mary's during the day. Every other trip had been Every other trip had been during the evening. Just as I say that, Kylie Phillips hits another three-pointer. This three-point shooting is keeping the Miners really close in this game.
Yeah, I make frequent trips to St. Mary's, the Christmas Hills dirt bike area.
Oh, you
My
got a
7-year-old loves it.
couple little dirt bikers. What's so special about that dirt biking area?
It's 70 acres, I think, of just wide open track, just that anybody can go ride and camp out for free. It's amazing.
Very cool. I see your son often wearing most, if not all, of his motorcycling gear to school there. It's a study as a trendsetter.
It's a big deal. It's a big deal. All right, here come the Lumberjacks. Now good pressure by Phillips there on the sideline, thrown off her foot into the hands of McGrill, and she gets it inside, and they're going to get Bethany Phillips that time with a foul over back. Only the 6th team foul, so the Lumberjacks will take it underneath.
Trying to defend that interior pass from the backside is never really going to work. She reached right over the top and went through the player. She's going to be replaced by her sister Brittany Phillips, and Hendricks comes in to replace Birdsell. So 2 minutes, 20 seconds left here in the first half. 26-25 Lumberjack lead. On the floor for the Miners, Brittany Phillips, Tia Hendrick, Kevin Stryker, Kylie Phillips, and Kayla Haas.
Fight for the rebound back. Mitchell grabs it. She's going to try to take it up. Good defense by the Miners.
Really good interior defense by the Miners.
Nice pass. Good pass that time from Mitchell to Watkins. Now gets another bucket. 28-25. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Miners looking to answer back.
Those three-point shots are so intoxicating, but it's nice to see Brittany Phillips pass one up there and try to get a little bit better look at the hoop. Kylie Phillips drives right, jump stopper shot off the mark, rebound by Sexton.
Yeah, tough jumper that time.
Excuse me, McGreal. McGreal comes up, past the Sexton. Entry pass from the left side.
Good defense down there by Hendricks to knock that one away.
Nice job, Miners. So a minute 40 left here, 25-28. Clock ticking down to end the first half, and Coach Farkas is going to take this opportunity to draw up a play here. Let's see, Farkas.
All right, Miner basketball, 1 minute and 40 seconds here to go. Kylie Phillips will cross the timeline. Man-to-man defense still out of the Lumberjacks. Trying to make things, trying not to lose a handle on the Phillips girls. Nice jump shot that time by Kylie Phillips. A nice two-pointer. Makes it a one-point ball game again.
Here come the Miners in their full court pressure. Lewis, Phillips, Hendrick, Haas, and Kylie Phillips on the floor. And Lewis, excuse me.
Good defense by the Miners inside again by Hendricks. Here come the Miners.
Chance to take the lead. Here with just about a minute left.
Phillips fights through traffic. Ball tipped around, and they're going to give that ball to the Lumberjacks.
Lots of contact on that play, maybe a travel. It's nice sometimes referees just let the ball go out of bounds and take it the other way.
It was a lot on that play.
Really tight defensive pressure here for the Miners. Haas falls down. That opens things up for the Lady Lumberjacks.
3-on-1 opportunity. Get it down low to Watkins. Misses the layup. Just hung up there on the rim. And Hendricks going to get fouled that time, and she's going to go back to the line for 1-1 for the Miners.
Nice entry pass there for the Lumberjacks. They, out in transition. The first thing you got to do is stop the ball, but when you do that, other things open up. And she was able to find the right player, but not able to convert. And the Miners come back and shoot free throws here at the other end. It's Tia Hendrick.
So that last foul, they got that one on Kara Sexton, only her first personal. But it's the 8th team foul on the Lumberjacks.
Taylor Jansen into the game. She'll replace Michaela Spray here to finish up the first quarter. Excuse me, first half. Hendricks' first shot up just off right side. Rebound, Lady Lumberjacks.
Here comes Elliott. Elliott gets it over to Jansen. She casts away off the mark. And another rebound by Hendricks, and she's fouled again, that time by Stacy Mitchell. And she'll go back for 1-1 one last time here. That's the 9th team foul.
kind of a lost art there. Hendrick did a good job of going up to get that rebound and then getting her elbows out to create a little bit of space for her, and anything after that is going to be a foul. You know, you don't teach kids to swing the elbows anymore, but just the fact that it's there is going to keep people a little bit off guard.
Big free throw that time by Hendrick, ties the ball game at 28 here with 41 ticks to go. Second attempt, chance to take the lead for the Miners. Ball is up on the rim, just off. Ball tipped around. Think that's going to be off the Miners, and it is. And it'll be Lumberjack basketball.
What a game we have here. This is the first home game for the
first
home game for the Miners. They're 0-2 so far on the season. They lost a couple games in the Silver Valley tournament, one to a really tough squad, Timberlake, and then lost to Kellogg.
I believe they beat Post Falls JV in their first game of the year. So they got one victory, but then they played a couple of juggernauts in a row.
Yeah, really good teams.
But I think
really
they got better from those games, and it's showing here tonight.
That's the hope. You know, it doesn't do a lot of good to play. You know, I'm not knocking Kootenai, but the Kootenays of the world and the Mullins, you know, to get some. I better just stop talking. All right.
They played some real tough 3A.
It's great to play. Yeah. Again, Coach Farkas, you know, mimicking Mark Few and Zags anywhere, anytime.
Phillips casts away from deep off the mark. 10 ticks to go here. Miners applying a little pressure here late, trying to not give up last shot. Ball stolen away by Phillips. Here she goes to the lane. A lot of contact. Gets the foul call with 2 seconds. And she's going to go to the line for 2 shots and a chance to go into halftime with the lead.
A lot of contact there about the free throw line. I was worried they were going to let that go with a no call, but Phillips finds her way to the line with a chance to take the lead at halftime here for the Miners. This will be a 2-shot foul.
First free throw's up and buries it, taking a 1-point lead, 29-28, 2 seconds left here in the first half.
They look almost like those Auburn Bo Jacksons from back in the day. Really nice pair of I can't compliment her shoes enough here.
Second shot, buries it again, 2-point lead Miners, 30-28. St. Mary's will take a timeout here with 2 ticks left. We'll be back in a moment. All right, St. Mary's basketball, 2 ticks here to go. Miners trying to stop the last shot. We're going to get one.
No foul.
And all right. Long 2 seconds there for the Miners, but they stave it off, and they'll go into halftime with the lead, 30-28. Great ball game on our hands. All right, welcome back, basketball fans here at Kirby Coolidge Courts. Got a great game on our hands here in Miner Country. 30-28, Miners on top of the Lumberjacks. What do you like so far out of both teams here, Barry?
Man, I like the defensive pressure by the Miners. I like that they're being patient. They're getting good shots. I really like when they start to heat up from beyond the arc. But just a great first half. Came out with the lead against a pretty strong Lumberjacks team. Let's see if they can maintain and come on top here.
Yeah, the Miners have had some good outside shooting. The Lumberjacks have been able to hit it down low. Watkins has had a pretty good first half. So we look for a pretty good second half here with the Miners starting with the basketball.
Nice crowd on hand here to enjoy this first home basketball game. A lot of those kids over there are junior high basketball players waiting for a late night workout, but it's nice to have some support here for these Lady Miners. This has kind of been the place to be the last couple years with Coach Farkas and the girls getting off to great starts and playing some really, really strong basketball. They come out, they're tied up by St. Mary's. Possession arrow goes back to the Lumberjacks. They'll come in against that pressure. Looks like they're just trying a little bit of pressure on the ball as it comes up court. Lumberjacks do a nice job in breaking the press.
Shot that time by Watkins off the mark. Another rebound. Hendricks fight for the basketball. Tipped out of bounds. And it's going to stay here with the Lumberjacks. So
Coach Farkas yelling at our girls to match up here. They vary their looks on the inbounds. And that man-to-man defense came in handy right there. Steal by Hendricks. She gets fouled. So the first foul of the second half goes against 23 for
14.
Excuse me, 14 for the
Watkins.
Lumberjacks. That's Watkins. That's her second foul.
It looks like St. Mary's going to again stay in the man-to-man defense. Bethany Phillips with the basketball, going to get a high ball screen here by Hendricks into the lane. Phillips, no good. Tipped around. Send it with the rebound. And
Nice to see the cheerleaders out here. We have, who's that, Starlina.
Kennedy Gilmore. I think Sophia Berry.
And Olivia Therian.
Yep.
All right.
Nice pass inside that time. Unable to connect are the Lumberjacks, but good fight. And Mitchell will knock it down, and she'll get fouled. Get a chance for the three-point play. Ties the ball game at 30.
Frustrating for a coach to see the ball put back up and get offensive rebounds there. Like to see somebody box out and get a body on those, but that's easier said than done when that ball's just bouncing around right on the tip of the hoop and everybody's watching, waiting for it to come down.
Off the mark into the hands of Brittany Phillips. Good pressure applied. Ball stolen away by the Lumberjacks. And 2 points there for Sam Sint.
Okay, so Lumberjacks coming in showing some periodic pressure, and they have a 2-point lead here with 6.5 left to play in the third quarter.
Phillips stuck on top, gets it to Kylie Phillips. Back inside to Brittany. Doesn't like what she sees. A little two-game going on the side here. Nice take inside, kick out to Lewis. And they're going to get a travel. Just drug that pivot foot. And turns the ball over to the Lumberjacks. And Coach Farkas wants to get a quick 30-second timeout. We'll take a quick break.
Looks like Coach Farkas addressing some of that guard play, kind of talking to Phillips there about taking better care of the ball, maybe an adjustment to deal with the pressure that the Lumberjacks are facing. It's going to be Lumberjacks ball. They get it quickly up the court. 2-on-2 situation here. Here's Phillips. Good defense to stop the ball. Looking inside. She's been in there for quite a while. Turn around jump shot by Watkins. Up, no good. Rebound. Back outside to Sexton. Her two-pointer off the mark.
Good job by Sidney to get the rebound. Guarded closely by Lewis. Now Phillips guarding Sexton. Applies a little bit of pressure.
Starting five on the floor for the Miners. Kylie Phillips, Brittany Phillips, Bethany Phillips, Tia Hendrick, and Ileana Lewis.
Miners switched a little man-to-man defense here. I like the little switch up.
just not a whole lot of energy here on the defensive boards. Miners need to really think about blocking out here. We got a lumberjack girl camping out in the key down there. She gets herself out of trouble. Sexton has the ball top of the key. She's guarded by Brittany Phillips. Dribbles by left side. Her layup attempt no good. Challenged by Phillips. Rebound Hendrick, and here comes Lewis.
Ooh, ball tipped around again. Stolen away by Mitchell.
Ooh, Lewis rips it right out of her hands, though, and then the force of the rip caused her to lose control and back into the hands of Sexton. Coach Farkas is going to make a change here real quick. Going to bring Birdsell into the game.
Nobody wanted that basketball there for a minute.
15-footer from the Lumberjacks, no good. Rebound underneath the hoop. Stepped on the line, out of bounds to the Miners. We need a few breaks here. We need the ball to start going in the basketball hoop, and we need some more defensive rebounding.
Birdsell into the ball game now, number 2 for the Miners, as Ileana Lewis will take a seat and get a rest.
Tough stretch there for Lewis. Kind of fumbled the ball a couple times. Not entirely her fault, but Coach Farkas will give her a break and hopefully get that confidence back up. Lewis is going to be a player that the Miners are going to need to be successful this year.
Bethany Phillips gets the ball torn away, but in the hands of Brittany Phillips. She'll cast away from 3, just off the iron. But Hendricks, another rebound, and she's fouled on the putback, and she'll go to the line for 2 shots. Hendricks has got to be double figures in rebounds right now.
She's got a lot of them. She's always right around the hoop there, kind of fulfilling that Grace Hunter
role from last year.
Yep.
So the last foul was on Mitchell. It was her 3rd personal, 2nd team foul here in the second half. Ooh, into the ball game now is number 24, Taylor Jansen, a junior guard for the Lumberjacks, as Mitchell will take a seat.
Kayla Haas waiting to come into the game for the shooter Hendrick. See if she can make this and get Haas back into the game. There we go.
She does. Cuts the lead to 1. It's 31-32. Lumberjacks with the slight advantage. 4:40 to go here in the 3rd quarter.
Kayla Haas always brings the great socks to the game.
She does, and it was Crazy Sock Day at school today.
Today was
also.
Crazy Sock Day.
What
did you choose? What did you wear?
I just wore gray wool socks. I know, no
Man,
fun.
get
No
crazy.
fun.
You're crazy, dude.
Kids say I'm not as fun anymore.
No. You don't have any crazy socks you might wear?
I just didn't. It was, when I see the snow on the ground, I just think cold, and I just want to be warm.
You know, quick life hack here. When you have a crazy sock day, go to your wife's sock drawer. Grab some of those.
That's a great take by Brittany Phillips down the line and takes the lead for the Miners. What a good, she recognized the opening in the defense and just split it. And that'll force a timeout by the Lumberjacks.
You can tell both coaches here realizing that every point's going to be important in this game, and Coach Wicker's going to take this opportunity to talk to her troops.
And we'll take a quick break.
You know, the genesis of St. Mary's, it started as a good place to build a sawmill. In 1889, Joseph Fisher chose the confluence of the two rivers for a sawmill, and that's the genesis of the township of St. Mary's.
You always got great tidbits of information that I've never known.
You know, it's important, I think, to learn a little bit about your opponents, where they're coming from. You know,
nice defensive play there by Phillips. Finishes on the offensive end. 35-32, Miners 3-point advantage.
Coach Farkas really showing some enthusiasm there on the bench. She likes the response she got out from her squad after the timeout.
Good pass down low. Good pass to Sammy Sinnott down low. She's going to earn 2 shots at the line. And that will be the first personal on Kayla Haas. And that is the 2nd team foul for the Miners. So at the line is number 23, Sammy Sint. She's off on the first. 3:41 to go here, 3rd quarter. 3-point advantage.
9 years after that sawmill was built in '89, 9 years later came the railroad, and that's what brought the town of St. Mary's into some prominence here.
So missed free throw right there, and I think Bethany Phillips stepped out of bounds to do an inbound pass and just didn't realize the ball didn't go down the hole.
Did it
And
touch the rim? I'm sorry. I
It
wasn't
touched
watching.
it. It kind of toilet bowl rolled in there, and then it bounced out, and Bethany Phillips went to go inbounds.
I was
and
wondering. That looked kind of funny.
It was a
Yeah. Ooh, great outside defense there applied by Phillips. Made Sexton work to get that ball. Fights through a screen at the top of the key. I love to see that. Forces Sexton into a turnover, trying to find number 1, McGreal on the cut. McGreal's hurt on the play.
getting up a little gimpy, but she's going to be all right. Tough player there in McGreal.
Looks like she may have turned her ankle. Coach is going to come in and get her a little bit of relief. Into the game for McGreal is 22. That's Brenna Elliott.
So the Miners able to stave off that little error in judgment there by Bethany Phillips. I see why she did what she did, but good recovery by the Miners to make a stop on defense there. A lot of pressure by Sexton on Birdsell up top.
And I've seen just a lot of growth so far from Birdsell from game 1 until this. You know, sometimes all you need is to get a little bit of varsity experience under your belt to get comfortable being out there on the floor.
And I think Brittany Phillips is comfortable out there on the floor now. Knocks
Nice
down the
looking
three.
shot from the left side of the arc. Nothing but net. Back come the Lumberjacks. Entry pass no good. Phillips is all over the place right now, knocking that ball out of bounds. But just that defensive pressure is going to make the Lady Lumberjacks think twice about floating those passes in the air.
So I think 5-point lead for the Miners, their largest lead of the ball game so far. And let's see if they can.
Haas defends the
extend
inbounds.
that.
Miners switching on screens.
Oh,
and
good inbounds pass. Easy layup missed by the Lumberjacks, but able to convert. There is Watkins on the second attempt, 38-34.
Nice job. A little switch of screens and a slip by Watkins, and she's able to convert.
Off the mark there by Birdsell.
What a game. 4-point lead here for the Miners. Just about 2.5 remaining in the third quarter. Birdsell defends that inbound pass, gets a steal. Nice injection of enthusiasm and excitement from Aubrey Birdsell here.
Tough catch. Just misses the catch there from Phillips to Phillips and turns the ball over, does the Miners, into the hands of Elliott.
Here comes Elliott. Man-to-man pressure applied by the Miners. Elliott picks the ball up right side.
Miners.
Pass goes to Sexton, and unfortunately she's tripped. Not much of a blocking foul, but just caught enough of her to knock her down, and the ball's going to be out of bounds. That's a third team foul on the Miners this half, and the first foul for Kayla Haas. Hendrick will come back in the game, replacing Bethany Phillips. Nice to get to you, a little break, and nice for Coach Farkas to have a lot of options off that bench.
Yeah, we only have 10 girls basketball players this year for the Miners. No JV team this year, but everybody's been able to get into the ball game and contribute in this one.
Yeah. So normally this would have been a 7:30 start or a 7 o'clock start with a 5:30 JV game, but Miners can focus all their attention on this varsity basketball, and sometimes that's a good thing, sometimes that's a bad thing, but I think we have the type of girls who are gonna really.
They're stepping up right now. Yeah. Jumper off the mark. Kayla Haas runs down the rebound. Gets it to Brittany Phillips, and here come the Miners.
Miners have numbers 4-on-2 at this point. Phillips is going to drive all the way, pass it down to Hendrick. Great
dump down.
Great feel for the game. Realized that pressure was coming on the ball, and Hendrick had opened up there and just got it to her for a nice layup off the right side of the backboard.
The Miners 6-point lead now, increased their lead by 1 here with 1:40 to go here in the third quarter.
Really like to see the Miners turn up that defensive intensity right here and get some stops and get going back the other way. Just as I say that, a shot is off the line, but a loose ball found by Sexton. She's going to reset that half-court offense. Miners playing man-to-man. Sexton's guarded by Phillips. Birdsell on the ball right now.
Good screen and roll action there. And jumper's good that time from Jansen, and she cuts the lead to 4 at 40-36. Phillips gaining control of the offense, finds Haas.
Miners could use a couple good looks at the basket here to end the third quarter. Birdsell tied up.
And they will get a jump ball there. Possession will stay with the Miners.
Birdsell tied up with a stronger Lumberjack player. Looks like she got the worst of that one. She's going to be replaced by Lewis. Let's see if Lewis can get it going. Nice minutes from Aubrey Birdsell, though, here.
Brittany Phillips casts away from 3. I think their hand got on. I think it was a little slightly blocked that time.
I like the thought process there. She knew when she was going to catch the ball that she was going to shoot it, so she's catching in rhythm, and a pretty good look at the hoop just off.
And now Spray knocks one down. Cuts the lead to 2 here, so still a tight ball game. Right where we left off in the first half, 2-point game. We're right back at it.
I'd really like to see the Miners extend this lead, but like I said, this might be a game that comes down to whoever has the ball last. Here's Lewis. She's probing, drives free throw line, nothing there.
Oh, and they're going to get her for a walk again. The Miners turn it over with 30 ticks to go here in the third. Going to have to pick it up here at the defensive end. Turn away the Lumberjacks.
Coach Farkas isn't going to give up on Lewis. She brings Heaven Stryker into the game, but you can bet that Lewis is going to be back in this game and contributing in whatever way she can. But on the floor for the Miners here to end the third quarter, Brittany Phillips, Kylie Phillips, Kayla Hawes, Tia Hendrick, and Heaven Stryker. Entry pass goes in the 44 to Lady Lumberjacks. She has the ball ripped away by Tia Hendrick, who's going to be fouled right away. Great defense by the Miners.
Tia Hendricks played a great game so far.
Yeah.
So and they'll get that foul on number 44. That's Lockridge. That's her second personal, third team foul.
No player pictures yet on the baseline. Is that something we're doing this year?
I don't know. I don't. We haven't had the picture. Ashley Miles hasn't come to take pictures yet.
No pictures yet. Okay. Well,
Stolen
that's always
away.
a nice touch there. 5 seconds left to see if the Lumberjacks can tie this game up.
Miners good defense there at the end of the quarter.
What was he going to call? Travel?
I think he was going to call a jump ball there, but chose not to. And that'll leave possession with the Lumberjacks. So they'll start with the ball in the fourth quarter. A 2-point ball game, 40-38. Miners on top. And we're back here, fourth quarter action from Kirby-Krulitz Court, 40-38, Miners on top of the Lumberjacks. We left off with a 2-point game at halftime, and we're going to start with a 2-point game in the fourth quarter. Couldn't ask for much more.
No, this is awesome. Both teams, midway to the bonus, I think this is going to be a free throw shooting contest here towards the end, and I think that bodes well for the Miners.
Good defense there by Eliana Lewis up
There's
top.
Lewis back in the game. That's one thing that she can do is play great defense, and hopefully her defensive intensity will lead to some
good rotation on defense that time by Hendricks down low to stop that little inside bucket.
Okay, good.
And Miners get the rebound. Here they
Three-point
come.
attempt by Sint, off, rebound Phillips. She gets it to Brittany, and here come the Lady Miners. She goes left side. Kylie Phillips looking to drive. She takes a 3-point shot.
Just off
Two-point
the
shot,
mark.
yep. Rebounded by Brenna Elliott. She handles the ball for the Lumberjacks, gets it down right side to Spray. Spray uses the screen. The Lumberjacks do a really nice job of going shoulder to shoulder on these screens and using them.
Good interior pass that time. Ball tipped around, able to be corralled that time by Sint. And they're going to get a travel on the Lumberjacks, and Miners will retain possession.
I was waiting for that whistle. I thought it was either going to be 3 seconds in the key or a travel. Miners get a break there. 40-38, 7 minutes here. Fourth quarter.
Oh, good shot that time by, what was that, Kylie Phillips in the corner, but rebound goes to Brianna Elliott, or excuse me, that was Sammy Sindit again.
Like to say hello to the 100 people here in the gym and the thousands listening at home. Got a couple shout outs. Chris Lund is listening at home there. Really nice thing that the Wallace Art Club did the other day. They came down to the elementary school. They spent about 25 minutes in each class, and I think in January we're gonna see that work of the elementary school students and the art school students, come to fruition there with a beautiful quilt type creation that's going to go.
Oh, looking forward to seeing that
on the landing leading up to the cafeteria. So, this is a great community. We have a lot of people looking out for the best interests of the kids, trying to get kids interested in all sorts of things, not just the athletics. And it's great to see the art club come down and join us at the elementary school.
All right, second free throw now from Phillips. She knocks them both down and gives a 4-point lead for the Miners, 42-38.
And personally, I made 3 of those small quilts. So look for my work as part of that quilt.
I was wondering what they were going down there to do. I never heard what they were making. So
it was just so well run. It was well planned, well executed, and the kids had a really wonderful time.
Good defense inside there by Hendricks. And
there's Bethany Phillips with a great rebound. Boy, the Lumberjacks do a great job of sticking around and trying to get their hands on those loose balls. Phillips was trying to pivot out of that, but just couldn't avoid two people reaching in there.
Making it real tough to make the outlet pass.
Yeah, 42-38. 6 minutes, 7 seconds.
Ooh.
Nice.
Good
entry
hands
pass,
by
but
Hendrick.
she ends up out of bounds. Sint got that ball, went up, shot no good, got a rebound, but she was out of bounds. Here come the Miners. You can hear Principal Almquist down there rooting on the girls. He's always good for a couple. Go Miners!
Phillips up top gets a screen from Hendricks. Brittany now up top with it.
Real unselfish play by the Miners. Great entry pass, a lob pass. You got to do that every once in a while to keep them off them.
Good position down low there by Kylie Phillips to get down there and get the ball. We're going to get a foul on the rebound. It'll be the 4th team foul, I believe, on the Lumberjacks. Or excuse me, 5th team foul. They'll get that foul on number 22, Brianna Elliott, on the rebound. And the Miners will have one underneath. See what kind of play they draw up here. Ooh, tough pass. Just a little inside for Phillips. The Lumberjacks steal it away. There goes Lillenmeyer. And Lillenmeyer's going to get 2 shots from the line.
I'm starting to feel the pressure up here. It's starting to get tight down there. It's kind of game where each possession here towards the completion of the game is really, really important. Lumberjacks go to the line here with a chance to bring them within 2.
Oh, Linnemeyer, first free throw is good. I like saying that last name.
That's a nice last name. Linnemeyer just kind of rolls off your tongue.
Excuse me if I'm saying it wrong, but it is fun to say.
Linnemeyer. It sounds like like a quarterback in the NFL or something.
Oh,
there was a quarterback in the NFL, Linnemeyer. Or no, that was the Idaho quarterback, wasn't it? A few years ago.
Might have been.
Yeah.
Oh, we get a lane violation there on the shooter. She made the free throw, but gets taken off the board. So we have a 3-point ball game now, 42-39 with 5.5 ticks to go in the ball game.
I hope Coach Wickard puts her back in the game so we can say that name a couple more times. Here's Phillips looking at her 3-point opportunity, no good. Rebound. McGreal, she brings it down right side.
Surveys the defense, gets it over to Spray. Inside off the hands of Mitchell, and that'll give the ball back to the Miners.
I think from this point on, the team that is more careful with the ball, more crisp with their passes, is gonna have a real opportunity here to come out on top.
Yeah, each possession now becoming each more and more meaningful for both teams.
Reaching, pushing, fouling. Again, there we go. Flock picks up that one. We had a little bit of contact out here on the left side. The Lumberjacks still getting their hands in there and trying to get that tie up, but going a little bit too far right there.
That'll be the 6th team foul, and Lumberjacks one more will put the Miners into the bonus. Inbound here from Phillips, trying to get the ball in. Time's clicking. Just over the top of Hendricks, stolen away by McGreal.
That's the 3rd foul on McGreal. She's the primary ball handler for the Lumberjacks. She's spelled by Elliott every once in a while, but does a nice job taking care of that ball. Lewis, great on-ball defense.
Oh, ball tipped around again, back to the hands of McGreal and the Lumberjacks. 3-point attempt, no good, and Phillips with the rebound. Again, they are really pressuring that outlet. Ball thrown around there a little bit, knocked down by Brianna Elliott. Cuts the lead to 1, 42-41.
Thought Coach Parks was going to let it roll there, but she chose, this opportunity to get her kids settled down and approach this last 4.5 minutes of the game.
Yep, you got the lead right now by 1. Got the ball, 4.5 minutes left. Good chance for the Miners here to draw something up to increase their lead. So we'll be back in just a moment after the timeout. All right, and we're back. We're back up here in Miner Country. 4:24 to go in the ball game. 1-point game. Miners with the basketball. Phillips with it, guarded tightly by Mitchell, making pressure on her. She's gonna little contact there, no call.
Lots of contact there. On ball pressure.
Able to get it to Hendricks, back out to Lewis. Though ball floating around there. Haas runs it down. Good job by Kayla Haas getting it back control for the Miners. Man-to-man defense here out of the Lumberjacks. Haas finds it up top. Birdsell gets a good look from the top of the key, just off the back iron. Fight for the rebound. People
Girls
getting on the floor.
Diving all over the floor. Kayla Haas. Oh, and there's going to be a foul on the
And
side.
they're going to
there.
call a block, I think, on Phillips right there on the near sideline here. Tough to see.
She needed to give maybe a couple more feet of cushion to cut off that lane along the sideline. She went through the girl instead of beating her to the spot. Referee's going to get together and talk about something here. Maybe
Should be the 6th team foul on the Miners. I think one more.
Yep.
For them. So each team one foul away from the bonus. So next foul we see, we'll be shooting free throws unless, of course, the offensive fouls happen.
Yep, game resets. 6 fouls apiece. 42-41 Miners. Just under 4 minutes to play.
Yet to see any charges yet in the ball game. See if Miners can't maybe take one late to steal a possession back. Good defense up top by Lewis. Able to get it down low to Mitchell. She kicks it in to Watkins. She's had a good game for the Lumberjacks. McGreal off the mark. Fight for the rebound again.
Excuse me.
Watkins able to come out with it.
Kayla Haas really hustling around out there. Her defensive intensity is serving the Miners well. There's stint from the top of the key. Her three-pointer finds the bottom of the hoop. The Lumberjacks on top for the first time in some time. 44-42. 3 minutes, 12 seconds left to play.
Ooh, ball tipped around, but going to stay Miner basketball.
Kylie Phillips going to come back into the game. She's going to replace Ileana Lewis.
So Miner, would that take about 2-3 seconds right there?
Yeah.
So Miner's probably got about seven seconds at least to get the ball across the timeline.
that count restarts every time.
Does it really?
Yeah.
I hope so.
There's a foul. Come on.
Ooh.
Phillips
Ball on the
being
ground,
pushed
gets it
around
out to
down
Phillips. Miner's got to get it across the line, and they do. Birdsell has it in the corner to Has. Down low, tipped away by Watkins, but it'll stay Miner ball.
Great defense down low by Watkins. She kind of gave the Miners the impression that there was an opening there, and as the pass was coming in, she just kind of skirted around and got her hand on that, deflected it out of bounds. Here's Phillips catch and shoot from the left side.
Just off the mark.
Nice looking shot, though. Here come the Lumberjacks.
So Sexton with the ball, crossing the timeline. Brittany Phillips up guarding Miners in the man-to-man defense. McGreal with it now. Good screen up top. They get it down low. Ball off the hands, tipped out of bounds. And it's going to stay here with the Lumberjacks.
So if you were to take a boat from the Cataldo area and you're going to Coeur d'Alene, you would go through St. Mary's, right, on the St. Joe? Is that correct? I never made that trip. I know Chris Lund has a boat, but I've just never had the opportunity to be out on it.
Wrong guy to ask.
Wrong guy to ask.
I know.
Okay.
I have no boat information.
Well, you were bragging about how much you knew about the St. Mary's area.
I grew up in the Tri-Cities where we got 3 rivers, and the only time I went out on the river is if my friend would get his dad's boat, and then that's about all I did out there. I couldn't give you any boat information in my whole life.
Well, I think that's the way it is. The St. Joe is the highest navigable river in the world as far as elevation. Yeah. So what I hear is a really beautiful trip from the Cataldo area down to the Harrison area, and then further on into Lake Coeur d'Alene.
All I ever hear about are boat stories of what went wrong on the boat.
Yeah, it's always, the best kind of boat, I think, is someone else's boat.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is.
You don't have to, you might give it the obligatory, cleaning on the side of the boat. You wipe it down afterwards, but, as long as you chip in a few bucks for gas, your responsibilities end there.
I hear waters and engines don't mix real well, and somehow they always have that combo on a boat. I don't know how it works.
Right. I prefer the big, wide open pontoon boats where you can sit and enjoy an afternoon, maybe a little tubing behind.
Those are my type of day.
Yeah.
That's my type of day on the boat. And here we are, 2.5 minutes to go, 2-point ball game. Lumberjacks with the ball. Miners need a stop.
What a wonderful example of interscholastic sports here at
Stole it away.
Gym this evening.
Miners get the stop they need. Here comes Kylie Phillips, tries to get it up top.
It was there for a second. There was a split second where that pass, the bird cell was open, but she missed her window there, and the ball was deflected back to the Lumberjacks. Here's Stint from the right side. Let's hope that's off.
Off the mark. Rebound.
There we go. Rebound. Phillips on the floor for the Miners right now.
Ooh, ball gets around.
Timeout. Okay.
And we're going to get a jump ball. Possession arrow was with the Miners, so they'll take it and get a chance to tie this ball game or potentially take the lead with a three-pointer here with 2:09 to go.
And that's important too. This possession arrow is gonna go back and forth a few more times here before the finalization of the game. Let's see if that might benefit the Miners. Here comes Phillips. She's got Phillips on the left side.
Oh, good seal. She just lost the handle. She had it. She was going up for the layup, just lost the handle. But it was a great seal on the block by the Miners. So unfortunate for them. 2 minutes left to go, down 2. Miners looking to get another stop. And we got McGreal with the basketball, guarded by Birdsell. Over to Sexton, loses the handle a little bit. Phillips quick to get on her. And Mitchell with it. Hendricks trying to tip that ball away, does get a hand on it. Elliott now gets the ball inside to Mitchell. Mitchell tries to find a lane. Good defense inside by Tia Hendricks. It's hard to get anything past her. Sint throws one up, not able to get it off the hands of the Lumberjacks, and the Miners get the stop they need to go with 1:30 left.
Every possession important here. It doesn't look like the girls are feeling the pressure out there on the floor, but you can feel the tension here in this gym. You could, figuratively cut it with a knife. Oh, unfortunately, Birdsell with the travel. Again, Lumberjacks do not give up on the defensive end there. They're in every play. They hang around for loose balls, and they're able to get their hands on a lot of those and force some minor turnovers. 1.5 left to play. Miners facing a 2-point deficit. That's going to bode well for the Miners.
Away.
Phillips hustles down to the ball. Great job. Great hustle. Let's see if this could turn into a transition bucket. She needs to get it out of that corner right there.
Down low fight for the rebound again. Oh, possession arrow I think is with the Lumberjacks. So the Lumberjacks will have the basketball here with 1:21 to go. Miners going to think, they're going to put the press on and apply the pressure.
On the floor for the Miners here, last minute and a half, Kylie Phillips, Bethany Phillips, Brittany Phillips, Tia Hendrick, and Aubrey Birdsell. Some important minutes here for Birdsell. She's going to go to McGreevy on the ball. Entry pass down low.
Mitchell catches it off the mark. Rebound.
And there's Birdsell with the rebound. Looks like a foul there. Nice job, Miners. And we're going to have a couple free throws. Birdsell down at the other end. 1 minute, 8 seconds remaining. A 2-point deficit faced by the Miners.
So that's the 17th foul. Miners going to get a chance to put some points up here on the board. Got to hit this first free throw to give yourself a chance at the tie.
Birdsell wearing number 2. She's a 5'2 freshman. Great things ahead for her. I've seen these girls practicing and working out and getting better and better throughout the years, and let's see if it can pay off tonight. There's a line violation. If that one doesn't go in, the Miners are going to get another chance.
And they do. Big call right there as that ball was in and out. These are valuable minutes here for girls like Birdsell and Kylie Phillips, freshmen being on the floor.
I just said that.
You did?
Yeah, you're just parroting what
I'm so into the zone of watching her shoot these free throws.
I understand. The tension is thick up here as well.
I'm in this one. I'm in this game. Yep. Oh, just off the back iron.
All right, Coach Farkas yelling out defensive instructions here. Let's see if the Miners can get a stop with 1 minute left in the ball game. 44-42 Miners.
And the Miners will play the foul game here up top as Phillips puts the Lumberjacks now in the 1-and-1.
Was that a foul on purpose? Okay.
Yep.
All right, let's see if the Lumberjacks can make some free throws.
And I don't think that's a bad move here. You force them to hit some free throws, save yourself some time.
Interesting spelling of Berkeley here. She spells it as opposed to like the Berkeley, California.
University, yes.
K-L-E-Y, yeah.
And she knocks down the first free throw, making it a 3-point game.
With the Miners' 3-point prowess, nothing is out of the question here.
And
nice job at the free throw line there by McGreal.
2 big free throws.
She gives the Lumberjacks a 4-point lead. Miners really need a basket in this possession.
And
a little
Phillips
bit of
has
pressure.
It. Breaks the press. Gets it down low to Hendrick. Kick out Phillips. Fight for the ball.
Oh.
And she finds a wide open jumper off the mark. Got to get this one tipped back in. They do. Into the hands of the Lumberjacks. Miners need a steal here.
Don't foul her. Let's foul.
And they do. They foul Berkeley. And she's going to go to the line for a 1-and-1. So 32.7 ticks to go. We're going to get a timeout by Coach Farkas, trying to regain the troops and probably going to need a three-pointer here.
There's lots of times. I think we could have possibly 3 more possessions here based on ball security. Full timeout call by the Miners. We'll be right back after this quick break.
All right, and we're back to the ball game here. 32 ticks left. Berkeley McGreal at the line. Miners need a miss right here. Free throws up. Buries it in the bottom of the net. She's been 3 for 3 on her last free throws. Hasn't hit any iron on any of them.
I'd like to see just about anybody else at the line here besides McGreal, but she's the one shooting. She gives them a 5-point lead and extends the Lumberjack lead to 6 here. Still plenty of time. Half a minute left. We can get the ball up and down the floor to a few times. Niners need a bucket. Phillips going to drive. She's fouled on the drive. Good, courageous call by the baseline official.
That's a good job by Phillips there. Found a little opening. You get a chance to score points without the clock moving.
I'm going to not talk about her prowess as a Elk champion free throw shooter. She's been down to the state championships a couple times.
That's right.
I'm not talking about that.
And she knocks it down here on the first one.
Okay, I'm not going to talk about what a wonderful free throw shooter Brittany Phillips is. In fact, since I said that I can't watch this, I'm going to listen. The last one sounded like it hit a bunch of the rim. This one hopefully is nothing but net.
And the shot is up and nothing but net.
Yes, okay.
There we go.
4 points here, 25 seconds left. Full court pressure applied by the Miners. Ball goes into McGreal. Let's get the ball out of her hands and a foul. Not there.
Oh, when they do, they get the foul on McGreal. And she's going to go to the line here again for the last 1-and-1.
She runs down their line like she knows this is her spot, her time. She's, 4 for 4 here in the last
minutes
few
here,
minutes of the game. Yep, Miners facing a 4-point deficit. Foul count, 9 fouls for the Miners, 8 fouls for the Lumberjacks. Any foul will send players to the line. There's McGreal again.
Up and good again. She's hitting some clutch free throws here in the fourth quarter.
Nice shooting.
Hopefully the Wallace boys basketball team will be watching this to try to hit free throws like this. And she's 6 for 6 here in the late going.
Great composure.
Up, Kylie Phillips all alone. Gets a chance. Contact. She's going to go to the line for 2 shots. So big free throws coming here for Kylie Phillips here with 16.4 ticks to go. See if she knocks 2 down like her sister.
You know, my son last year participated in the Elks free throw championship. He was the Wallace champ. There was only one other kid that he shot against, then he went. But the point of this story is Kylie Phillips was in that competition too. Ended up winning it, going to Boise. So great family, the Phillips free throw shooting family. Coming in handy here for the Miners this evening. Let's see if she can knock this one down and cut the deficit to 4 with 16 seconds left.
And it's up and rolls around and up and good. 4-point ball game. 50-46.
Quick foul.
Got a foul
Cut
here.
her off.
And oh, I thought they might call it out of bounds, and they don't. They call the block, and that'll send Stacy Mitchell to the line for 2 shots. But at least for the Miners' sake, it's not Berkeley McReal going to the line, as she's been 6 for 6 here in the league going.
Mitchell's been on the floor for a good part of the game here, but this is the first really important free throw that she's had to shoot here. She lines it up.
And it'll be 2 shots coming this time. She buries the first one. Miners can't catch a break with the good free throw shooting from the Lumberjacks.
And what wonderful effort from both sides here this evening. It's been a wonderful game. Let's see if the Miners can work their magic here. Great free throw shooting down the
stretch.
Down the stretch here.
Oh, ball stolen away by the Lumberjacks.
There we go.
Miners force a trap. There's a jump ball.
And that's going to go to the Miners. Okay, great. So let's see what Coach Farkas has in the way of a
Miners
6-point play.
5 seconds to go here. Miners need a quick bucket.
Quick bucket. Foul. Missed free throw. Hey, it's not out of the question here. Ball goes into Phillips. She's got to get that
double
shot
team
up.
Splits a double
She's
team.
Fouled though.
And we'll foul this one on. Great ball game for both teams. The Lumberjacks will take this one from the Miners, 52-46. But a good performance, I think, out of the Wallace Miners tonight. They did some really good things as a team and played a really competitive ball game against once again, a bigger school.
This is going to be a fun team to watch throughout the year. They have nothing but great things ahead of them. There will be an action here coming up soon. Let me check the schedule real quick. Next time the Lady Miners are in action, if I can get to it, is, I'm sorry, scrolling through pictures. Miners play again December 6th. Priest River, they'll be right here at home.
All right, you can catch Channel 3 Sports again this weekend for the Boys Silver Valley Tournament, which will be Friday and Saturday night, starting at 5:30 on Friday here at Kirby Krulitz Court. So the Miners will play their first game at 7 o'clock that night on Friday. So join us this weekend for the Silver Valley Tournament. I'm Jared Young along with